A lot of times you're in a grumpy mood and you just want to stay in that grumpy mood because you want to bring other people into that grumpy mood. You want to be grumpy with you. You know, we actually are in control of our own mood. I wanted to talk a little bit this week about some of the things I've needed to do. I've been shoveling like a madman because it's been snowing so much. I also realized that I had a headlight that was burnt out. So I had to change the headlight, and I shot some footage of that. So I put it together in a little B-roll sequence. This is called changing a headlight. Keep an eye out for the dirty fingers. I have a funny story I want to tell you guys. So we had company that was here staying with us last weekend, and we have our shower upstairs, and in our bathroom we have, you know, towel racks where you fold your towel, hang your towel on the towel racks, and then between the towel racks and the shower there's actually a hook. Because I'm the biggest person in the house, I use the largest towels, so I find it easier to just hang my towel on the hook and let it dry, so that the next time I use it, I'm not using a wet towel. And I actually took my towel off that hook because we had company coming, and I folded it and put it on the towel rack. Figured I'd leave the hook for the company. So the next day, I took my shower, got out of the shower, grabbed my towel, and started dried off my hair, dried off my beard, dried off my face. And I happened to look, and I noticed my towel was actually still hanging on the towel rack, all folded nicely like I had put it. But someone had taken a shower and taken the exact same towel and hung that towel up on the hook. So when I got out of the shower, I just grabbed the towel and started drying off, and I'm sitting there drying my face, knowing I'm toweling off with somebody else's towel. There's not much point to this story. It's a true story. It's funny. It happened. And I just wanted to share that with you guys.
The tip jar.
There. This is just recording me doing some stuff. And the reason I'm doing it is because I have two different cameras going, and I'm going to do an exercise so that I can see how closely I can color grade these two different cameras after. This is just recording me doing some stuff. And the reason I'm doing it is because I have two different cameras going, and I'm going to do an exercise so that I can see how closely I can color grade these two different cameras after. I mean, one, my Canon, I really don't have a problem with, but I have a GoPro, and that one poses a little bit of problems. So I thought if I set them both up under the same, controlled circumstances, that maybe afterwards when I'm color grading, I'll see how closely I can get my GoPro to my Canon. Alright, that's going to be good enough, I think, for a test. Oop, that one's off. And this one can go off too. There's also something else I wanted to share. This is actually something that maybe you can use because I found benefit in it. This actually happened a few Fridays ago. So it was a Friday afternoon. In fact, I was leaving work early. It was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I grabbed my hoodie and I grabbed my rain jacket. You have to think this is like probably around the end of October, beginning of November. And the weather here, it can be freezing cold in the morning and then, super hot in the afternoon. It just fluctuates. It's crazy. It might be snowing. It might be raining. You never know what it's going to be. So you have to dress in layers. And as I was leaving work, I found I was just in a cranky mood. I mean, it was Friday. I should have been in a great mood because I was done work and I was leaving and I was free for the weekend. And yet, as I was walking and the sun was on me and I was hot, I had layers on, I was cranky and I was grumpy. And as I got to my car, I started trying to take my jacket off, peel off layers, and I was trying to get my arm out and I couldn't, and I was, cranky and grumpy, and I actually laughed because I thought of myself as a toddler, who was just having a cranky, grumpy day, and I actually spoke to myself. I was like, it looks like Mr. Grumpy Pants missed his nappy time today, and I had to laugh because it was just comical the way I was acting. And in fact, the more I thought about it, I was cranky because I was done work and I was leaving and I, in the hot sun, I was walking all down the stairs and in the parking lot into my car. And I was just like, I can't wait to be done. I'm, finished for the weekend. It wasn't making me feel any better to be cranky. In fact, the crankier and grumpier I got, the worse I was feeling. And when I realized this, I actually spun it around and I said, I'm going to focus on something positive. I'm free for the weekend. I should be in a great mood. I should be very happy. And I just realized I didn't turn my lights off. I normally do this with the overhead lights off, and it distracted me. Okay, back to the point. So the more, the crankier I was, the worse I felt. So I spun it around and I put myself in a happy place. And I realized that, we actually are in control of our own mood. So if you're in a bad mood and if you try to act like you're in a bad mood, you're going to be slumped down. You'll be, stern face, frown, and you'll be cranky and grumpy. Now, if you try to pick up your chest, and look happy, but try to stay in that grumpy mood, you're not going to be able to do it. So we actually have the ability to change. It can be as easy as changing your mental viewpoint. Approach things from a positive perspective, and it turned my mood around. I ended up having a great drive home. I was happy, had a great weekend, and I wanted to share that with you guys because it was something that I stumbled across. We probably all know this stuff already, but I made that connection at that point, and I realized that in the future, when I'm in a grumpy mood, a lot of times you're in a grumpy mood and you just want to stay in that grumpy mood because you want to bring other people into that grumpy mood. You want to be grumpy with you. And my phone's ringing. Okay, I'm going to stop this. Tap the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you for watching. I hope you join me on my next adventure. I hope you join me? Thank you for watching. I hope you join me on my next adventure. Tap the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Tap the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if... Tap the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you for watching. I hope you join me on my next adventure.